these kind of activities. Yeah, productive stuff. So it might not be for everybody, but I'm 46 and I have a master's. Okay, so for me, it's like, yeah, that's what I do. Okay, so I'm all about trying to make sure people are guided in the right direction, just like a teacher. That's what I was doing. I still am, technically, right? So I'm a teacher. I'm just a teacher with multiple skills, if that helps. I've lived in 5 different countries. I grew up around the world. My parents were diplomats for the US. My mom is South African. Hence the 2 cars in the front that I drew as my logos that are now placed at the top of my page. If you go to the front page, you can see 2 cars. One's American car, and the other one is like a South African car. So I painted that. The painting's here. And then I repurposed it in Photoshop and stuff, right? So creating logos. So I do graphic design as well. Yeah. And, you know, at one stage, people used to call it, what's it called? The Renaissance lady. Yeah, it's true. I mean, sometimes when you're like, I don't have family here. I live with my partner, but I don't have a family where I can like ask them to help me. So you need to find ways to figure things out when you're by yourself and you're not around family and you're trying to build your life back up. They lived in South Africa. They decided to retire from the U.S. Embassy and move to South Africa. I moved back to the States because of certain things that happened to me. So that's why I'm back here in the States. But I've lived like in so many places. And I found that fashion was a thing that unified everybody around the world besides music. So I've worked in both fields, right? I've worked in the music, worked in the arts, and I worked in the fashion. And with all those skills, I can now say I think I know how to put things together. Like this channel, I don't have a team. I am the team. So if you go onto my channel and you see like all these videos and websites, that's everything I've done. I don't have a team. That's all my work. So you could see the advantage of being somebody that has diverse skills is that it actually helps you with building things up, right? You don't need to ask people to help you. You can do it for yourself and save money. So I save money by knowing the skills. That's the difference. I'm not spending money going off and hiring people. I just do it for myself, right? Yeah. What's good? Oh, well, I'm not really done with anything yet, but we're working on it. Oh, you're looking at the sites, the YouTube channel? If you're looking at the YouTube channel, listen, if you have any questions and you want to learn how to do it, I can show people how to put that together. So, I mean, my field is the arts, right? So anything art related, which is pretty much everything, I can probably put together and get connected. So that's like the whole thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, except when I make blotches. Like this is a blotch. Okay, so this is, oops. I'll be working on this in a bit, but I need to get this done. Patience is key for everything. Nothing comes overnight. I think I was talking about fashion the other day, but I forgot to get it on a landscape, so today is my landscape day to do that besides doing like this vertical stuff, right? Yeah. But if you have any questions on anything, if you want to like, yeah, I'm trying to say, like, I did a lot of talking yesterday, so I'm not going to do much talking today. But I do need to get this done because for me to sew the rest, I just need to get it done. And it's not always fun to watch people make stuff, but unfortunately there is that process that you need to go through. In order to complete something on your own, you have to get a project done. But it takes time. Everything is about layering and concentration. I feel like this is so wrong. What did I do here? What did I do here? I think it was supposed to be like here, right? I feel like I totally botched this. Gosh. Okay. This section. Oh, that's for this. This is for this part. That's what this is. Okay, so that's for this. Yeah, I blotched that. Okay, so I need to undo the whole thing. You're going to watch me undo the whole thing. Okay. Where's my little... Oh, man. I'm definitely having a moment. Where did I put the pick? Oh, it's on the floor. Okay. As I say, continuing this vision here. Oh, gosh. Literally just fell off. I don't know why that's like all weird. There we go. I think that's fine. Okay. Well, I think today is one of those days. Okay. So yeah, I'm busy. It's not a day to, like, as I said, I'm just resting up to make sure that I get this done, right? That's my goal for today. And today is not the day for this either. This is going to be a problem. I need to get this right. Okay. Yeah, I have the other one. You can see that the other one is here, so. Yeah. So I have 2 videos going right now. I think it's okay. Nobody said it's a problem. So yeah. But now I have to go back and redo this whole thing. I was like, since I have to do it, I might as well just go live, right? And I'm sure a lot of people are on vacation, right? Is everybody in summer holiday? I know overseas, not every country. I think South Africa is going into autumn now, so it's not summer as it is in the States. It is different weather seasons, different seasons around the world. Japan has a very similar weather process as here. I don't remember when the rainy season is, though. It's been a while. Lived in Japan as well. Yeah. Today is my resting day. If you do have any questions, feel free to. And like I just like not many people are. Oh, you're so sweet. I don't know who's here watching, but I do appreciate it. No, I'm literally just having one of those days. Having one of those days. I think yesterday I was talking about unemployment because I won over unemployment the first try. And now today I'm just doing a little bit of fashion related stuff because I think the landscape doesn't have enough fashion stuff. So I thought this is a good day to do that. And I was doing other things on different platforms, but too much work. I just, as I said, I work by myself. So when I work by myself, I have to be methodical on the types of things that I do. I don't have like a whole bunch of people helping me with stuff. It's just me. And so rather than burning myself out, I had to choose one platform, besides Poshmark, because I earn on Poshmark. Poshmark was a lifesaver because when I lost my job, that was the immediate income. So 3 days after I lost my job, I started on Poshmark, and within 3 days, I was already making money. So it technically was the bridge, right? And now I'm busy building up my own thing. And I'm a 5-star seller. So fashion has always also been my other parts. I studied a bit of fashion design for school. Besides music, I came from a family of musicians. Very rigorous music education training. Sorry. I need a lozenge in my throat. Oh, yeah. Welcome in. I'm trying to fix the problem that I created. It's a mess. So I have to take this whole thing apart again. And I was like, well, if I have to go live, then I can sit down and do this then. So I am sitting down and doing this with patience. Patience is key. And for me, I don't rush through stuff because every time I rush, I mess it up. It takes consecutive it takes me like weeks or months to complete a piece. I don't rush it. I don't have the only place I'd promote my stuff if I were to make clothing, which is what I've done, is I've sold things on Poshmark of the pieces that I've made. Not all the time, but that is a place where I market my stuff. So it does. If you do make things, like, you can sell your stuff on different platforms, especially as a creative. It's kind of useful. I tried the Etsy thing. It didn't work for me. I was like, no, Etsy, it got too complicated. I had some hiccups there. Poshmark seems to be, and then Whatnot. I think Whatnot's global as well, so that's cool. So if you do make clothing, or you make like art or whatever, you can sell it on different platforms, which is cool. Right? Sometimes if you're trying to find ways to make money. For me, I had a few viral things, but it just didn't. This is the after effects of viral. It was not substantial to livable unless you do it all the time and then have nervous breakdown and burnout, which I personally do not want to do. I don't think that that is the approach, so I take it easy at this stage. I'm not pushing it. And this is just removing the thread, the hemming that I did that just obviously was just wrong. So now I have to go back and redo this. Oops. I didn't really want to do it, but I was like, I need to get this. If I don't do this, then this piece will never be complete. So now I have to go back and do this whole thing over again. It happens. It happens. Oh, you see, I just tore it. That's not good. I might have to make another one then. I might have to do that. It just might save me more time if I just make another one. Make life easier. And you can see how patterns are made. It was needing to happen. Just like this one might have to be redone as well. Damn. Okay, I might just double this up then. Let me just see what I have here. Ay, 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 ay. I guess I'll just do it here. I don't think that's gonna work, honestly. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this part is never fun. But people are always excited about the final production, right? That's why fashion shows are so successful. Is that's the whole thing. It's never fun to watch the process. I get it. But this is actually part of how it goes. Like, you can't be creating things unless you put the energy and the hard work into what you're doing, right? Yeah, I think I'll just make this. I do have the pattern, but this also comes from the same pattern, so it should be fine. Okay, now let's do another one. save me the headache and just do it over again. Okay, that works. Now, my bed had a moment. So the actual bottom of the bed kind of like caved in. And so the setup that I had where I would sit and sit and make patterns has been kind of disrupted a little bit. But it's okay. I'll come in. I had to redo this because it was just not going to work. So I'm redoing it. This takes time, I promise you. This is not just an overnight thing. Making clothing is work. Like even one piece. I mean, I think I took on too much. I don't even think I should have just gone into this like I did. But I did. So I think I need another piece here. And then all this leftover material will be made into another jacket. A knitted jacket. I might even do that now, actually. We'll see. I don't waste material. That's like my thing, right? Okay. Okay. So you probably can't see what I'm doing because it's on my keyboard at the moment, but I'm now going in and where's my collection of knitting needles? Not needles. Yeah. Safety pins? I don't want to. Let's just take one of these out then. Let's get this done. Okay. And the channel that you see, if you go to my channel, you can see all these like playlists. So if you want to learn a little bit about the textiles or the fashion or music or business, I've put playlists together. My channel is an educational channel. It's not really like an entertainment channel. I mean, it could be at times, but I don't really think that was ever my plan. My plan was for it to be dual purpose of education. What I found is when I studied in universities and stuff, they would always, I was encouraged to do different things, but at the same time, the real world doesn't allow you to do like 10 different things. So the best thing for me to have done was to create my own like channel. Okay, yeah, that's good. I think that would work. So I have remade this, which is this piece over here, these two pieces. So these will be like these parts, I think. Right? So that's redone. Now I don't have to worry about this. This was a disaster. So I can put that away. What I'm going to do now is not waste this. I might just do that. I might make a little ball out of this in the meantime. Hold on a second. Let me see. These pieces I still need, right? Okay. So I'm going to sit over here, and I am going to... This material, I don't know if you can see it. This one can, but this cannot. Okay, so I'm going to sit over here, and you're going to watch me cut material. Just to get it out of the way, okay? So I make the pattern. If I don't have enough, I then now use this. Okay, so I'm going to, hopefully I have enough material for the last bit. Oh gosh. I think that's the wrong way. Is that the wrong way? That's better. So all this material that's like offcuts is going to be made into something else now, right? So I don't waste. That's another thing, environmental. I'm like environmentally, oh, you can hear, yeah, the volume is better on this one. Welcome in if you are checking it out. I am busy making stuff. Sometimes I'm making the music, and today is a day to just make stuff. Okay, so I don't always make like clothing, but I wanted to finish this piece and then I have these leftover pieces, so I'm just doing my other thing. I do have an article that was printed and then it landed at the Smithsonian Museum of the Arts, and what was in the Smithsonian article was in fact talking about business development with using found materials, and in most occasions, like you go to South Africa or different parts of Africa, people make things out of grass baskets, of course, right? So those are found materials originally. So, you know, the whole process of developing a business comes from producing something. So that's why I do all this crazy stuff. So this is what I do with the offcuts. If I have leftover material, then I recycle it into something else. But I have to cut it first. Oops. I don't like to give all my ideas away because I feel like people just kind of like, yeah. So there are some things that I like to, but I'm going to just cut today. I think today is a cutting day. I just made those edited sections, and then I can start the next project as I go along. And then I don't waste it. I create something else, right? Yeah, I have two different versions. So one is a landscape, and then the other is, actually, I'll put the light on here. It's a bit dark. I don't think that made a difference, but okay. It is what it is. Okay. And I have little corners in my space. I don't have a huge space. We have like a small apartment. It's like pretty small. So I've had to find ways to be creative in different areas. When I had the apartment that my parents built above their house that I designed, then I had more space because I designed it according to what I needed, but I moved, so I don't live there anymore, which is probably a good thing. I don't know if I wanted to live with my parents forever. That would have been like, ugh. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. So I have my master's was on various things, but fashion was part of the master's as well. I actually did bring that up. Oops, didn't do anything. Okay, so this is the fun part, right? The part that people. This is the stuff that I would usually do by myself. Sorry. Hi, Dior. Gigi. Hi. My fur baby's behind me. I don't know if you can see him. And then when I finish something, sometimes if it works out nicely, I would put it on Poshmark and sell it. So it just sort of depends, right? It depends on what it is. Like this piece that I'm doing over here might be a Poshmark piece. We'll see. But this is what you do when you need not to waste. You repurpose material or arts. Sometimes I paint over my old paintings because I need the canvas or whatever. So it just depends on the situation, right? Welcome in. I know, I think a lot of people are interested in production. Like, I don't know. Like, I was more into the music stuff, but it's funny because these are the things that I would do, like, on my own. Like, nobody would generally see me working like this. So for me to actually have it on a live on YouTube is like, whoa, people are watching this stuff? This is so weird. People watch the production. So interesting. This is cotton. I don't know if you know anything about cotton, but if it was polyester, it wouldn't tear like that. Polyester would have more fraying. So there's a difference between materials too. You need to understand textiles. When I worked or I apprenticed for a designer in Japan, and my job was to deal with offcuts, like leftover pieces of the material, and put them in order with colors. That was interesting. I learned a lot about colors actually when I did something like that. It was quite an experience, actually. Quite an experience. Where was I? This. So if you want to have the better sound, the better sound is on the landscape, if that makes any sense. Needed two different mics anyway, so I guess it's fine. So I'm just getting things in order now, right? Don't waste the material. It's just lying here. I might as well just sort that out while I'm trying to get the rest of the stuff done, right? Aw, welcome in. Thanks for popping over. I do appreciate it. I didn't know people were that interested in textiles or making things, production. Yeah, so this is what I have right now, just to see. So with these cut pieces, I'll be making something. So yeah, that's what I do with like recycling. I never waste. I don't like wasting. And And I think I sold, when I was in South Africa, these pieces were in a boutique. These kind of things that I'm making right now. I made them out of leather at one point. So I made them out of like these leather pieces and they sold. And I think one of them was sold and sent to Japan, which was interesting. So I was kind of honored. This gentleman came into the store in South Africa, looked at me, said I spoke a bit of Japanese, and he was sort of impressed. And in the end, he ended up buying one of my pieces. So it was very cool. Whatever happened to it, I don't know. But knitting is a big part of, I think, culturally, knitting is a big thing in Japan. It's like quite big. I was a little surprised that people are interested in the hand knitted side, but textiles is already a big thing in Japan as it is, right? That's like huge, 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 huge because of the, yeah. And then in the end, nothing is wasted. So that's like the big part, right? What I get out of this is something. Welcome in. If you're interested in more discussions on different fields, whether it's arts, music, fashion, go onto my front part of my channel and you can see how I've put it together. Or if you're interested to learn how to put together the channel like I did. Now, I don't get paid on here yet, so I just need to put that as some information, is that I'm building up the platform for something. But it's not paying me, but it's paying me through, obviously people, everybody comes in and checks it out and grows through that process. But I'm not physically getting paid yet. Maybe one day. But get the work out there, right? Get the work out there. Step number 1. Get the process out there. I think that's the whole thing. Start a business, right? And I get this done today. So I've been looking at this the whole time. And I'm like, this needs to be worked on. So that is what I'm doing. Is this the right direction? It's not really tearing right, but okay, it's fine. We'll work with it. This is the part that people don't usually watch me do because I think it's kind of boring. I think this is the part that shows the manual labor to what I do here. But I guess if I sell it, then it's okay, right? Yeah, you're seeing 2 different perspectives of the same thing, which is fine. If you've checked, I do both. Because I've managed, if you want to learn how to do this, I've managed to figure out how to do both angles. Obviously on 2 different things, which is the phone and the iPad, but yeah. This is my therapy. I need to, if I need to vent, I just tear paper. I tear material. Then we're good. This is my little venting space. And I have all this material. I wanted to get this into a ball first, right? And then I can just put the rest away. So I have the next project, and then I need to complete this, obviously, right? So that's the process here. But everything takes time. I don't think there's one thing I can say, unless you have a whole team of people. then maybe it doesn't take this much time. But for me, what's this? Is this a piece of paper? Yeah. Yeah, all that is supposed to stay there. Okay, good. What I do is get paid with making stuff sometimes, not all the time. But yeah. Producing products, I could probably, it's like a thing. But there are other ways to do this. We don't have to do the traditional way of making stuff. There are many ways to make this happen. The shirt that I'm wearing right now is, I designed this shirt. So I made it, I had it printed and everything. I forgot about that. Nearly forgot about it. So yeah. Printing shirts as well, right? I think the shirt you can find on Amazon. It's there. So if you like this shirt and I have other designs, you're welcome to take a look on Amazon under brand Sintamargo, and you can check it out if you're interested. Some of the t-shirts. I don't know about the material, but before they had 100% cotton. I'm not sure how the material worked out this time, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. The printing is a little bit different, but that's fine. So yeah, the shirts you can find on Amazon. And then these things, some other pieces that I've made already, you can find on my Poshmark. And I have a jacket that was I kept the jacket, the original jacket that was at the was in the article of the Smithsonian, but I always needed to, like, I don't know if I'll ever get all that much black again. It was a lot of black. Did like a whole roll. That took me a long time to do. Right. Just like this is going to take me a while. Welcome in. If you have any questions, let me know. So knitting is the other thing that I do. I find that if I don't have electricity around, the next best thing to do is to knit. Right? So that's the other side of me, is sometimes the sewing is not always I don't always do the sewing. You'll either see me knitting or making jackets on occasion. I've made pants. I sold my pants already. I haven't made a new pair. I need, like, it's expensive to make clothing, especially in the States, because the material costs, I don't know if people know this, but the material costs more here in the States than overseas. Say, for instance, I lived back in South Africa. Well, I mean, I guess it depends. Income also changes it, right? The way you get paid, depending on where you get, like, how much you get paid in different countries, depends on the material of where it is. All I know is a lot of the times in the States, material does cost more than the rest of the world. So I don't know. It's just what it is. It's just how it works at the stage. Welcome in. The microphone is better on this side. Yes, I agree. The microphone is not as good on the vertical. which is fine. Just like, I can't complain. It is what it is. I have 2 mics. This mic and this mic. Right. My therapy. It's therapy. At this stage, it's therapy, yes. So I am a qualified artist. I have had exhibitions before. But since social media has come about, I don't know if, like, I mean, I knew people at the, what is it? The Biennales, right? They did all sorts of things, the Venice Biennales and stuff. I knew people who did that. Costs money and you need an invite. So I didn't. The same thing goes for fashion shows. I was invited to organize a fashion show overseas at one point, but they charge you like $20,000 for a space. I don't have money for that. Then you have to make a collection, right? And when you make a collection of clothing, you need to think about how long it will take you to make the collection. Not an easy approach, right? Not an easy approach. And I made crazy little silly things. So I made. Hi, Tio. Are you okay? Are you on? Is it dinner time? Sorry, I'll feed you now. So these are the kind of things I would knit sometimes, right? Not all the time, and they'd be different. They'd all be different, right? Hi, Tio. And then with the sewing, I made some pet harnesses. So some of these you can find on Poshmark. So if you want to buy anything, right? It's harnesses. Just depends on what I'm doing, I guess, right at the stage. And then at one point I was doing like live shows and I stopped. I mean, I could do live shows, but it got very stressful. And then I started making these little things for live shows, right? So that was like, you know, the numbers, you put the numbers on the piece when you start going, like doing the lives. So I made these. You can make these. This is if you're trying to like sell stuff on a live, you want to have everything in order on a rack. So whenever you show an item on the rack, then, but I don't do the lives there. So I could actually technically connect a Whatnot live to this, but I haven't done it in a while. So if people are interested, I could technically actually connect that. But you would have to buy on Whatnot. I don't know. It gets complicated. Sorry, lost in your time. I've been coughing, I don't know. It's just like weird. Maybe I add this to the mix of materials. We're gonna work on stuff just now, do you want? So I have sold things in different places, a couple of different countries. I haven't just lived in the States, so the fashion I've done in different parts of the world, right? That's the thing. That might be a little small, but that's okay. So I try not to waste material, right? That's like the thing. I have a sewing machine behind me, but I feel like I need to produce something that I can sell. So here I am working on that. All right. I should probably go swimming, but I haven't. Maybe the next thing I do today. However, I am coughing a little bit. I don't know. And if you want to learn some stuff, I have a whole bunch of things on the channel. If you'd like to support, you can buy a shirt from me on Amazon. These are the shirts that I make if you're interested. That's what I do. I think I have a link on my main. Sorry. Or go to Amazon and check out a brand Cinta Margot, because the brand it's on there. If you're ever interested in supporting me, you can buy a shirt. That's one way to do it, I guess, right? Welcome in. Glad you're checking it out. I hope it's interesting to see the two different perspectives. I don't know if you've gone to both, but it's probably interesting to analyze the two different variations. One of the sounds is better than the other. I think the one on the landscape is better. And the one on the vertical is not so fantastic, but that's okay. And this material was a lot. It didn't cost like that much, but it came as a whole, like it was huge. It was massive, massive. And I got this on Poshmark. So sometimes I find things in different places. Like I get my materials occasionally on Poshmark, and then Etsy's really good with materials. If you're looking for fashion, like fabrics, like really nice fabrics, Etsy's a good place. I just wouldn't personally sell on there because lots of things go on there. So I don't want to take my chance and repercussions happen, so. But Etsy has some very, very good materials because you have materials from around the world, which are pretty cool. In that sense, it's a pretty awesome platform to find things like materials, right? Oh, not going to work. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, dust. And I was selling on TikTok. I was selling products on TikTok. Oh, sorry. But I got tired of it. I was like, I want to start doing my own thing now. So I'm here. I don't know about that. Welcome in. I've decided to do both vertical and horizontal lives because I kept forgetting to do the horizontal. I'm just doing it at the same time now. Just saves me from disaster. Fluff in my nose. I'll feed you just now, Dior. Hold on. Okay. I have another jacket here, but I've been putting off doing this for a while, so I'm just doing it today. Just get it out of the way. Then I can just keep everything in order, because right now it's just not in order. Okay. Dust. So technically, I should actually be going live on Poshmark to make sales right now, but no, it's very stressful. I get a little anxious when I do that, because then I have to do 10,000 things, right? It's just, sometimes it's just not worth it. Some people enjoy going live. For me, I don't enjoy going live as often on Poshmark. It's just too lots of pressure. I don't mind putting stock on there, but I have an issue going live. So that's like my thing. Well, thanks for watching. I don't know who it is, but welcome to Speak and Say Something. Welcome in. If you're interested in anything, yeah, any ideas or concepts or whatever. I think I have a lot on my channel. From what I know, I think I've overdone it, but none of them are restricted because I've followed guidelines on YouTube. So yeah, I think that's important, is that everything that I do is basically independently done versus like, yeah. So you're watching me do what I do, which is never fun, but this is part of the process, right? To make cool things, you have to sort of do things that are not always fun. And then the jackets that I make, when I make them, I sell them for reasonable money, right? So I think that's important. Is that I'm not just charging rand, I'm charging in dollars now. So it does make a bit of a difference, I think, living in the States, hey? Yeah. What time is it? Is it dinner, Dior? Let's see. Let's do this and then I'll do the dinner thing now. Welcome in. Oh yeah, Dior, I need to feed you. So I'm gonna feed my fur baby because it's now time. I'll leave it on for a little bit. But I have to feed him. So I'll be back. Okay, let's get dinner, Dior. Sorry. Come on, Dior. Dinner. Come on. Didi. Dior. Dior. our place is relatively small, so I'm literally trying to move around different segments and sections. Welcome in. I don't know who's here. Okay. I don't think anybody is, but okay, that's fine. Let me keep going. Do a little bit more and then I'll stop just to get this done. I know everybody wants to go viral, right? I don't know. I mean, viral is good if you're doing the right things, but I think going viral for the wrong reasons is never good either. So I think it has to be purposeful, right? It has to be purposeful. If you're going to do it, you do it purposeful. You do it purposeful, yeah. Welcome in. That didn't do much. Okay. I think after this, I'll take my fur baby out. He needs to get some fresh air. Just a relaxing space, I guess. So I'm just, I'll show you now. Dry throat. Do I have another lounger there? So I'm busy cutting to make something out of these because I don't like to waste material. And there was a lot of it. So I'm repurposing it in a different way now. And yeah, and I can do more with it. See, sometimes these offcuts, you find that these offcuts they're just too unusually cut. So, what do you do with them, right? That's always been my, what do you do with the leftover? You can either do a painting out of them or you can make something with it. So I've done paintings before where I've layered fabrics and stuff and feathers and they turn out beautifully. I mean, if you want to use it for painting, if you have the space, great. But like I say on most occasions, recycle. Don't waste all the materials. Find other purposes or different ways to use it so you don't have to, overconsume. So much consumption in our modern day that I think we tend to forget about this whole recycling question. Right? What can you do when you recycle? And the question is, do you have time? That's another thing. You need time to do this, don't you? That's the other half of the problem, is that the time consumption is quite serious. I think it's cat hair. Welcome in. I'm just casually doing some fluff up here. Casually doing my recycling process. This is part of my recycling process. So I'm busy making this, but I'm also not wanting to waste the material that I have left behind. So I'm now finding a repurposed reason to keep it and reuse it. Sometimes you just can't, like, what are you going to do with the leftover pieces? You can make patchwork, I guess. There are many things you can do. So don't waste the material, leftover materials, find a purpose for it, right? That's the other thing. Okay, I'll do a little bit more of this and then just take my fur baby out, right? And if you want to buy something that's pre-made, I have this shirt on Amazon under brand Cinta Margo. Okay. So you can support me by buying something, I guess, if you want to. I don't get paid on YouTube yet. One day. Oops. Okay, folks. Thanks for popping over.